Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Frog and Toad Read Aloud. Today we are going to finish our book and read the final chapter. It's called Alone. You have a story elements sheet. You should be getting pretty good at this. Remember our story elements. Characters. Who are the characters? Well, I can already tell you. It's Frog and Toad. We know that. What is the setting? And that's the where and the when. You probably won't be able to do the when, although maybe you will. Pay close attention. What is the problem? That's what's going wrong. And then how does the problem get solved? How does the problem go away? And lastly, I also want you to think about the message of this story. So pay close attention. You don't have to write what the message is, but if you want to talk about it or think about it, do that, because we're going to start looking more at theme and what is the message, because stories usually have messages, and I like the message in this one. So, Dad behind the camera. Dad, Toad.
Oh, Toad sounding really good today, Matt.
Oh, King Toad. All right. Ready? This is called Alone. Toad went to Frog's house. He found the note on the door. The note said, "Dear Toad, I'm going to fall in my chair. Hold on. Dear Toad, I am not home. I went out. I want to be alone."
"Alone?" said Toad. "Frog has me for a friend. Why does he want to be alone?"
Toad looked through the windows. He looked in the garden. He did not see Frog. So Frog left a note saying, "I want to be alone." Toad went into the woods. Frog was not there. He went to the meadow. Frog was not there. Toad went down to the river. There was Frog. He was sitting on an island by himself.
"Poor Frog," said Toad. "He must be very sad. I will cheer him up."
Toad ran home. He made sandwiches. He made a pitcher of iced tea. He put everything in a basket. So Frog is alone on the island, and Toad said, "Poor Frog, I'm going to make him a sandwich and some iced tea." Think about our problem. Toad hurried back to the river.
"Frog,"
he shouted,
"it's me. It's your best friend, Toad."
Frog was too far away to hear. Toad took off his jacket and waved it like a flag. Frog was too far away to see. Toad shouted and waved, but it was no use. Frog sat on the island. He did not see or hear Toad. So Toad's yelling for him. Frog can't hear him. Frog can't see him. He's alone on the island. I'm asking a question. Toad, did you get the hint? Frog said he wanted to be alone. So why don't you leave him alone? That's what I'm thinking to myself as I read. A turtle swam by. Toad climbed on the turtle's back.
"Turtle," said Toad, "carry me to the island. Frog is there. He wants to be alone."
"If Frog wants to be alone," said the turtle, "why don't you leave him alone?"
"Maybe you're right," said Toad. "Maybe Frog does not want to see me. Maybe Frog does not want to be my friend anymore."
"Yes, maybe,"
said the turtle as he swam to the island.
"That's my turtle voice. Hey.
That's a good voice.
Oh, yeah. Sonny, listen up."
As you can see, I like to do voices. I have lots of voices in my head, and they're all coming out now.
That's spooky.
Yeah, I'm not losing my mind at all. No.
"Frog,"
Cried Toad.
"I am sorry for all the dumb things I do. I'm sorry for all the silly things I say. Please be my friend again."
Toad slipped off the turtle. With a splash, he fell into the river. Frog pulled Toad up onto the island. Toad looked in the basket. The sandwiches were wet. The pitcher of iced tea was empty.
"Our lunch is spoiled," said Toad. "I made it for you, Frog, so that you would be happy."
I like how Toad's saying, "I'm sorry, Frog, for all the silly things I do," because Toad is always doing something silly, or he's always whining about something. So I'm happy that Toad feels bad about it, because, he's kind of annoying. "But Toad," said Frog, "I am happy. I'm very happy. This morning when I woke up, I felt good because the sun was shining. I felt good because I was a frog. And I felt good because I have you for a friend. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to think about how fine everything is."
"Oh," said Toad, "I guess that's a good reason for wanting to be alone."
"Now," said Frog, "I will be glad not to be alone. Let's eat lunch." So, was Frog really sad? No. He said he wanted to just think about how happy he was, and sometimes, we'll get to that, our message. One last page here. Frog and Toad stayed on the island all afternoon. They ate wet sandwiches. Hey, Kirby, you're interrupting Kirby. Oh, meow. Sorry, boys and girls, Kirby's interrupting our story. Frog and Toad stayed on the island all afternoon, and they ate wet sandwiches without iced tea. They were two close friends sitting alone together. Now, I love that story. Dad, what'd you think?
It's a nice story.
Yeah. So the message is kind of what I want you to think about. What do you think the message is? Aside from doing your worksheet, just think about the message. And I'll say, I think the message was sometimes people want to be alone. And it's okay to want to be alone. That doesn't mean that you don't want to be friends or you're sad. It's okay to think about things alone. And I think there was a message there about how sometimes it's nice to be alone and be with your own thoughts. When it comes to the characters, we know who they are. There was a third character here. See if you can remember that one. The setting, well, we know it's summertime, right? And you know the setting. What was the problem? What was the solution? You can fill out this paper, write it in a journal, take a picture, upload it to Dojo, and watch next week for more read alouds.